Okay, so last short episode of Bear With Me for now. I'll climb up into my loft and I'll find some models that I made to accompany some of the drawings you've seen and are about to see. We'll return to this AutoCAD in just one moment, but just one final coinky-dink for today. This small design I come up with just sitting there one evening, just a rough sketch I thought I came up with. I then saw it on TV a couple of weeks afterwards. It was pretty much exactly the same design as Jonathan Ross's desk that he sits at. It was when he was on the BBC. I'm not sure if I'd seen it and it was somehow implanted into my mind or whether it was just a coincidence. But yeah, this kind of design here was on Jonathan Ross. The design of his desk, which was just a strange thing at that time, which as I was going through my stuff I remembered. So AutoCAD. So as I was saying, AutoCAD. This was another part of the course I was unable to take full advantage of due to illness, but I did keep a lot of the paperwork that goes with it. This is just some of it here, just 3 or 4 pages in fact. Whatever. But yeah, so AutoCAD, a great tool to use if you can get it on your computer, your laptop, your PC. There are plenty of free programs similar to AutoCAD. Obviously not quite as good, all of them, but yeah, there are some other ones you can find online yourself. This next section was with part of the AutoCAD was he was given a sheet of paper, a sheet of wood, which I believe was sort of 2 to 3 meters long and 1 meter wide. And from this one sheet of wood, MDF, you had to try and design a piece of furniture. And some amazing things come out. There was one young girl came up with a coat rack designed as deer antler horns, and it was just absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. She got the idea much quicker and better than I did, and she did a fantastic design. I never got around to finishing mine, but yeah. Oh look, there's your measurements there. 1800 millimeters long, 600 wide. Focus, you annoy. Okay, so this very first one you won't see very well, but that's a rough representation of the one piece of wood you got, and as we move on, you'll get a rough idea of what it is you could and couldn't do. I hope the ones behind are not getting in the way. Okay, so this was a simple slotting together design. Okay, cut it into sections, cut out slots, and then put them together. You can't even see what I'm doing. Anyway, you'll see it as we move along. So starting again with simple designs. This was one of the more complex ones I came up with. So all these shaded areas would have been cut out, and the tops of the legs would have had notches in particular areas to go in and hold it out and give it support. There was a very similar one, just making it round. Now a machine would cut all this for you. All you had to do was program it in. You had to go onto AutoCAD and other programs similar and tell the computer what to do. I had a lot of fun coming up with ideas and designs for this one. Okay, so there's another one you can see there where each section, and out of that one piece of wood you can get all sorts of amazing angles to go together, and then you'd see, there's a bit there, but you see it all slot together, boom, bing, bang, bang, bong. No nails needed. That was the idea, to try and make something where you didn't need any nails. Okay, you could use a couple of small ones, rivets and things, but it was to try and keep it as bare minimum as possible. This idea I got from the stool, of course, you can see there. Okay, and you get quite a few stools out of that big piece of wood. That was again just playing around with ideas and designs. This was upside down. This is part of another one for legs. Maybe we'll come back to that one in a second. Let's try and focus that. So there'd be 1, 2, 3, bolt them together to make this one single leg. As you can see, each piece would have small notch, bigger notch, no notch. You can see that at the top there. Holes drilled through there, and they'd all bolt together to make a leg. And then of course all the different types of designs you could incorporate. Instead of having just a square leg, you can of course have the wavy line, zigzags, even a kind of holy effect. Okay, and you'll see it a little bit more clearly as we move along. So this is a slightly more detailed plan of this whole piece of wood, the different pieces that would make up the legs and things. I do apologise for the awful videos. Okay, and as you can see, incorporated things like the dovetails and that, mortise and tenors and all that sort of stuff. Okay, slightly less tabletop, all the legs, side supports, things like that. I even incorporated a footstool into that one. Okay, so there would be the slot design I was kind of trying to describe earlier. That slots down into that one. Okay, now if we come up here, if you look at this design over here, so this is a MDF solid sheet, and then my idea was to get the laser to cut it down millimetre at a time to give it that step effect. I wasn't necessarily going to go that thin, but that was just to give a better representation of how that would then look on there, like a crater. Yeah, and then we have the arch. Of course, all the computer itself would do that. All I would have to do for this one, there's the rough design for it. All I'd have to do on the computer is draw this on this piece of wood on the program, and then the computer would cut all those pieces out perfectly. All the little notches would be done, and of course, because it's a computer program, you can get in very close and get some very fine detail. And this was part of having this bare top here, and then the step effect of carving parts out. And it can of course get much more complex with these drawings, especially on a computer. Some people, as I say, did come up with some amazing ideas. This was just the first bit. You can see corner legs, how they would all fit together. Okay, they're wooden pegs, by the way. It's another little table. All the different designs I could come up with this one piece of wood. Okay, and I probably could, if given time, I come up with loads more and better, but that's what I was doing at that time. Time's ticking. It's slightly longer, this one. This is some chairs from the same idea with the same piece of wood, because you had the option to make a table. It was just a piece of furniture, it wasn't specified. Okay, more of these things, and I do have some models of some of these which I'll show you, which again I made from one piece of card to try and represent the one piece of wood I'll be using. It's just a rough idea, this one. Sort of curved chair. Not a toilet again. Which one was this one? So this is another chair here. This would be the pieces I would need. And there's a unit up there. Table. Little chest of drawers type thing. Okay. There's just some more of these designs for them things. And then just finishing off with slightly more frivolous ideas of trying to get slightly inspired from that girl's deer antler coat rack. Just simple ideas, these ones. And these, in many ways, these are what I actually came up with last, and I was just doodling around. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that section. Some of those drawings took a lot of time, and I wish I would have taken more advantage of learning about AutoCAD. But I will look into it. That's one of the reasons why I kept hold of it. So, thank you if you've stuck with it all this long. We'll be back at some other point soon. Peace and love.